Welcome everybody to AI Workshop. And again, really happy to have Sam here today. We got an exciting topic, but before we dive into that, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Alejandro Werner Solas. I'm the program manager for PWN. And along with me, we got our co-host of NapChat, Rachel Nesmith, with me. And then, of course, we got Sam here, who's going to be, of course, the facilitator of this call today. And we got two exciting topics. One is soft skills for success within remote teams. So this is very helpful for those that, are just newly trying to figure out what would it be like, to work remote. Or someone that maybe you're struggling, right? Working remote and you're just trying to figure that out. I remember when I first started working remote, years back, I was really trying to figure my place out. So this is really great. And then the next topic is using AI to analyze job descriptions. And believe it or not, I failed at that the last time I was looking for a job. I wish I would have done that. So big tip, utilize that because it's going to help a lot, especially when you're applying for jobs. I wish I would have done something like that, when I was out there looking. And then also I want a big thank you to our sponsors, Avidel, Takeda, and also Harmony Biosciences for making this all possible. So we want to thank them. Without any further ado, let's get this show on the road. So Sam, it is all you, buddy.
Thank you, Alejandro. Excited to be here. I will cover the two topics that you came up with and with the community, soft skills that are required for a remote job, especially for folks with narcolepsy and IH. It is tough for even regular folks, right? It's not just something that you can do, but I will quickly share my screen, and we will also start looking at some of those things that we would look at. What other avenues that you have to look at it. As I told you, I'm not a big presentation guy, but I will present this. And Alejandro, tell me whether you can see it or not.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay. The key agenda is soft skills for remote teams, especially qualities for thriving in a virtual environment. AI for job analysis using technology to decode the job descriptions and to see whether you are a good fit for. And then once you're a good fit for, then how to present yourself. And then we'll do some live practical examples of what some of those things are, right? And here I'm having a technology challenge. Let me see. Okay. AI-powered workshop tools. I'll send you why this matters, right? Discover jobs that truly fit your life and energy levels. Remote opportunities unlock the vast potential for remote roles tailored for flexibility. Alejandro, I will send a document down the line, maybe this week or early next week when I'm back in the States to have you put it on the PWN website and see who wants to take advantage of it, right?
Great.
Here is the key agenda that we spoke about, but soft skills for remote success. Even for regular folks, I tell soft skills are very, very important, right? People are looking so that they know that the work that they assigned you is completed. It is done well, and you can give them a status. I always tell, how can you make the other person look good, right? That's when somebody is assigning you work. How can you make that person look good and him better in front of his boss? And that will cascade down to you. Self-motivation and time management. I know folks with narcolepsy and IH go through different energy levels and how to manage it and how you can take advantage of some of those things. I call the focus time, the peak time, the high energy time. How can you bifurcate and put those into those things, the things that need to be focused and done, and then the rest of the hours that you can. And with AI, I always tell this to people, use AI to be your assistant in every job that you do. I pay $20, but I get at least 2,500 worth of work done by ChatGPT. And I'll show you some of those if you don't believe it. right? Adaptability and problem solving, proactively address challenges and embrace them. I've spoken to a few folks, and what I picked up from them is, and it could be a function of where you guys came from and how what challenges you faced and whether you it was acceptable not acceptable. So I know some folks want to say I address it up front, some folks want to address it later. Whatever choice you are comfortable with, you can make it, but I will give you some tips and things that you can use to make sure your disadvantage is turned into an advantage, right? Navigating low energy days. Remote work offers flexibility, but managing energy is key. Set clear communication, as I told, expectations from day one. And if you have a manager, say, hey, you will notice that I might have my peak hours from morning 8 to 12. And I might do my best work then. But in the evening, I will try to do the tasks that are needed to be completed. And if something comes along which is urgent, I will try to get it done, but it may not be my best output. I will tweak on it the next day morning when it's my peak time, and this is what I get. Leverage asynchronous tools like Slack or Room for updates. And this is something that I struggle with, even normal people, because when you ask them, they don't update you what is going on, or they don't give you a status. And there are so many tools available for you to do some of those things. Prioritize high focus tasks during your peak energy times. Communicate your value proactively. And this is something even regular folks, some folks do it really well. Some folks don't do that well at all, right? They don't, oh, I don't want to promote myself. I don't want them to think that I am. But at the end of the day, you should market yourself. You should know what your value is. And they should know what your limitation and things are there for them to do. Highlighting in the soft skills. Show, don't just tell your capabilities on resume. I'm sure a lot of you played the game show and tell, right? Don't tell them. Show them what you can do. And once they fall in love with you for the quality of work that you do and the things that you can output with the help of AI and other things, they're going to adapt to you, and they know that, yeah, here is somebody. And every human being goes through that downtime, right? If everybody is working remote, do you think they're sitting in front of a computer looking, oh, I have to produce all this work for 10 hours? They're sitting there, they're watching Netflix, they're doing that, they're doing the other things, they're taking care. It is part, but with narcolepsy and IH, it becomes a little bit more difficult. But if you set the expectations and storytelling, describe not just what you do, but how your soft skills contributed to the positive outcomes. And this is something that a lot of people don't do. AI powered rewrites, whatever you want to express, write it down on a sheet of paper, type it in, do whatever it is, and then use the virtual assistant who is free to rewrite those experiences, emphasizing collaboration, adaptability, and communication. Right? Alejandro, any questions? You can stop me. Right? Using AI to decode job description. This is something that I do well, and I tell people how they can leverage this. This is a big game changer for people with that. Extract the 10 must skills. It can be, if you say 10 must skills need to be extracted from the job, you might look at it and say, you know what, they didn't have 10 skills, they only had 6, and it will give you 6. There are tools like resumeworded.com gets you a match score for your resume against the JD. Jobscan.co is optimize your resume for specific job description. Teal HQ, track keywords and tailor your resume effectively. Tailoring your resume confidently. I know somebody asked me the question before I got onto this call. How do I change my resume? We will show you some of the prompts. We will supply you with some of the prompts. Here's a job description. What are the required skills and keywords? How can I rewrite my resume to align with this? I'm not saying you should realign your resume to every job description, because some of the times when your resume goes to the ATS, it will say, you know what? Sam just sent me this resume 2 days ago and this resume today. These two look completely different, and they don't. oh, if they change the resume completely in 2 days, what else can they change, right? And you just have to be a rewrite and realignment. There is a basic template that you should use for every job that you do, because the job doesn't change. What that employer is looking might change a little bit, and you need to emphasize what they're looking for and tailor it. Mirror the language, incorporate keywords and phrases directly from the job listing, from job posting. I can tell you that is the most effective way that a recruiter, corporate HR, they align with those things, because some of those words they have written or they have looked at this job description so many times, it is ingrained into them. And when they see those words, knowingly or unknowingly, in the wordsmith, it will focus on those words. Your eye is trained to catch those words, and suddenly three resumes that you didn't mirror, and you sent some a resume that mirrored exactly what their job description said with the keywords and things like that, and the person's eyes goes to that particular resume, and the three resumes might be better than you, but they will look at your resume because you have mirrored some of the languages and phrases that you use. Showcase tools, highlight relevant soft skills and tech tools that you can in your experience. Resources and connections. I will send you an AI prompt cheat sheet for resumes and cover letters. We will give you some soft skills work bank, enhance your resume language, top 10 AI tool list that we will provide. And I like Notion for job. People might ask me, why can't I use Google Docs? Notion, you find everything in one area, and you can say you can create folders by saying tracking my job search August 2025, and you can put all those things, and you can copy the job and paste it very quickly. You can access the URLs and paste it. Stay supported. Join our LinkedIn support group for narcolepsy and IH job seekers. You can DM me for the follow-up questions that you have. I can also optionally 20 minutes one-on-one coaching session, sign up for it, and run through those parts of it. I know I'm not a presentation person, but I will. Any questions? Anybody has any questions? Since I can't see you, I don't have the three screens. Anybody can tell me or let me know what some of these things. If you have any questions before I jump into my next things.
So how do we get this information from you? We just email you?
Yeah, you can email me and
Okay.
say, and I'll send you. I will have a QR code. If you want to scan it, you can scan it. If not, tell.
Okay.
Right, I will send it to you in the next couple of days.
Oh, thank you.
Right, and the prompts, and then you can start using some of those things to do what you need to do.
Well, thank you.
And I just
I got it.
Sam's email in the chat for
Oh, thank
anybody
you.
that'd like to grab that.
Got it.
So, how many of you, when I know Alejandro mentioned this a little bit, when you applied for the job, you were scared and you did not know how to approach some of these things, right? These are practical tips that I will share with you. Yes, you are self-aware that you understand your energy patterns better than, and some might have, I heard this from somebody, some might have morning better days, some might have evening better day. You need to know what is your energy pattern and where you're optimal and where you can produce the best work, right? Track what hours you're the most productive and schedule an important work accordingly. Tips: use a simple Notion or Google Sheet to log in your time, track it. You can do that. Know how to communicate your needs to the employers and teammates without apology. I have heard so many people say this, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I have this. This is a condition you have. This is diagnosed. This is what you have. But now, as an employer, I don't want to hear to that. You want them to be accommodating, but I don't want to hear some of the. I myself did not know about narcolepsy until I met Jane and we were talking about something, right? And then I went in and did some research, and then, oh my God, I was telling this story to somebody. Maybe I fired somebody in 96, 90, not, yeah. 2014, 2015 time frame, because that person used to fall asleep every few hours, and they were doing it on the floor. And I talked to that person. I don't think she was diagnosed in India. It probably was not, right? So instead of being apologetic, what can you tell? Anybody want to take a crack at it?
You mean instead of being like apologetic to the employee?
Yeah, to your condition, and say, oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm doing, to your teammates, to your employers. What
Well,
is one powerful statement that you can make?
well, I mean, I always think about like, compassion, right?
Yeah. But
Something that,
here's, go ahead.
no, go ahead, Sam.
It says, I work best in async environments and thrive when I can batch my deep work during high energy windows.
I love that. Yeah. Okay.
And again, I didn't do it. I asked, hey, I have energy. How do I present this to my employer or my teammates? Right?
Well, and that also brings the next question, that we get, and right now that's being presented is, I'm scared to even talk about my disability. I'm scared to bring that up, specifically during the interview process. So
Yeah.
to that point, like, how can you actually say that to where it's like more attractive rather than a turnoff for that employer?
So the last statement I made, right? I work best in async environments and thrive when I can batch deep work during high energy windows. Everybody understands that part of it. You don't need to even say that you have narcolepsy. Even regular people have high energy times and low energy times, right?
Mm-hmm.
I call that the and you fight that battle if you're comfortable to bring it up, and but you do not know how that other person is. They may not even understand, like me, right? I did not know this, right? I feel bad after 10 12 years that I might have fired somebody unknowingly,
Right.
right? So by using that statement, they'll say, yeah, great. So what you're telling me is you're optimal between 8 and 12 a.m. in the morning. Absolutely, that is my best time. I produce my best work during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do, I organize myself during the rest of the time where I'm not that optimal and I don't have that focus. This one, I look at all the other tasks that I need to get done. I batch all the work and do that according to those times. Did I bring narcolepsy? I didn't specifically say it,
Right.
but you address the issue,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy can come and tell you, oh, Alejandro, what happened? What's going on here? Hey, didn't we speak about this in the interview? I told you about my high energy times, batching the work, deep work, and because you use some words, they will absolutely remember it, right?
Right.
Clarity in writing, make emails, Slack messages, and reports short, actionable, and clear, right? Hemingway editor, Grammarly, use those tools that are available at your fingertips. And these tools can go even if you don't have IH and narcolepsy. Boundaries and scheduling. Learn how to say no to energy draining meetings or low priority tasks. How do you want to get out of it? Tip. Anybody can tell me how you can do that?
I struggled with that with my corporate job because I mean, there were so many extracurricular activities that I was just, I didn't know what to say. And sometimes I'd show up even though I was exhausted, and, like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and it was
Here's the
really
best
hard.
advice, Alejandro. Here's the
Was that,
best advice, I think. On your calendar, block the time and put do not disturb, focus time.
I didn't think to do that.
Put focus time on
Right?
your calendar, and
Yeah.
then nobody is going to disturb you. And if somebody is going to disturb you, they're going to call you and say, hey, Alejandro, I see that you have focus time on it. And you put whatever task you're trying to complete, you put it there. I know you're working on this for me, but can I disturb you for a second? Can you join this meeting?
Mhm.
Right? At that point, you can just, hey, I'm in the middle of getting my thoughts organized. I will join in 15 minutes, and then you can get mentally ready for that meeting.
Right.
Instead
And
of,
it's interesting because that's what I do now. Actually, I just did that today. I put a block,
yeah,
to focus on something, right? But the corporate job, I felt really, like, I felt guilty, like, because I felt like
yeah,
I was
that
forced
that
I
is
had to,
important.
right?
Most of
Yeah,
people feel guilty. You don't take vacations because you deserve the vacation.
right.
Oh my God, if I take the vacation, my boss is going to have a lot more work. When I come back, I have a lot of work. And more importantly, I do not know. I'm insecure about what it is. I don't want to lose my job because I went on vacation. Right?
Right.
Use tools to sort urgent versus important work. We spoke about it, Alejandro.
Hmm.
Right? Important need to be done now. Get it done now. If it is important but not urgent, it is important, urgent, get it done now.
Hmm.
If it is important, not urgent, delegate it. If it is not important and urgent, find a way to schedule a time later, right?
Right.
You can do. And if it is not important and not urgent, and if you really look at human beings, we all spend a lot of time in that particular box. Look at your work. If you look at it, you will see, and it is an eye opener, right? That was not urgent. That was not. You should delete it. You shouldn't be doing it. But we all, because we have other things that we want to shy away from, will say, you know what, this is important for me. Sam is waiting for this. Let me send it to him. Sam is waiting the deadline for August 5th. I don't need it today. Digital organization, don't rely on memory, build a second brain. Notion, to-do list, Trello, micro planning. How many of you really take break tasks into 15 to 30-minute bursts to avoid fatigue? There is a tool called pomofocus.io.
What is it?
Pomofocus, P-O-M-O focus. It came from the Pomodoro rule.
Okay.
Pomofocus.io. I'll send it to you, all these things. Consistency in updates and deliverables earns trust, right? If you say you know that your peak time is 8 to 10, make sure that you get the most important task where you cannot make a mistake and produce the optimal work for them and send it to them and say, hey, I know I said I will send it to you by tomorrow, but I completed it. Here is the thing. And if you're like me, sometimes you don't start on a task until the last moment. It's okay. You do it, but you send it to them immediately. But what happens when that time comes? Oh my God, I don't have time. I do not know what this is. I'm going to depend on Alejandro to give me that information. I'm not sure if Alejandro will even return my phone call. Let me call Rachel, and then we go into that never-ending loop, right? And then the boss will ask, where is your work? Oh, I didn't get it done. I'm working on a little bit of the thing. Why didn't you do? And you get, now you're on a slippery slope. Emotional regulation. All of us go through this. Manage frustrations and dips in motivation with reflection, not judgment. What is a prompt that you can use there? What worked today? What drained me today? What can I shift to tomorrow? Right? Confidence framing. This is something that I think I worked with somebody when they said, I don't think I did good work. I did good work on this, but I don't think I did my good work in here. I said, write the wins journal, right? Whatever small wins, big win, medium wins, write it down and write, hey, I delivered those things for them. Confidence framing. Instead of I can't work full speed all day, try. I'm intentional about how and when I work for the maximum impact. You don't need to tell people that, you know what, I can work because my energy level is down. You say, I'm being very intentional about how and when I work for the maximum impact. Alejandro, will that work?
Yeah, actually will.
Empathy and teamwork. You said compassion. right? Understand that everybody has constraints. The regular folks with no narcolepsy or IH, we have our own battles that we fight,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everybody is fighting some battle.
Right.
So you can do for donut for casual team check-ins, right? And if you have constraints, you let's say Rachel's peak time is 8 to 10, and said that she's going to send something to you. It's 10:30, and you can send the donut method, right? And they say, "Hey, Rachel, just was worried. Nothing. I'm checking on you. I know you're diligently working to get my stuff back to you. Take care. If I can see it within the next hour, it would be great." Result focused mindset. This is something that people don't do. Focus on output, not optics. Don't worry about how it looks. Use metrics to show impact. Wrote documentation used by 5 team members. I've seen this. I've had conversation with Jane about some of these things. Um, Jane works diligently on some of those things, but she doesn't sell it. Hey, this is can be used by all the team members on the team who are struggling. I put this process together. If you just follow these 2 documents, our productivity will go up by 10%, 15%, 20%. Digital etiquette, right? Sometimes you're not dressed up, you don't want to come on camera, you don't, hey guys, today I may not be coming on camera because I'm having a bad day. I just, nothing serious, but I won't be joining on camera. If you want, I can come quickly, turn on my camera. Yeah, I'm not dressed up, but here it is. I can show it to you. This is not the AI talking, Alejandro. This is Sam. Make a joke about it. You laughed. Did you even think about me not being on camera, Alejandro?
No, not at all.
And this is something that all of us should do, including people with narcolepsy. Preparedness,
Yeah.
right? Prep meeting notes, links, questions ahead of time. You can use Tactic, you can use others transcribe, you can use Nota, you can use Fireflies, you can use Google Notebook LLM. There are so many tools available to organize your days. You just need to know which tool to use where and orchestrate between your peak time versus your draining time, right? Invite feedback and create a loop of improvement, right? And when you give your work to somebody, you should say, hey, you don't need to be harsh on yourself. If there is anything I can do to communicate better async, please let me know. I would be glad to work on it. And be candid with me. Alejandro said, tell me what I'm doing bad, I'm not doing right. Energy aware career mapping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Compassionate self-talk. How many of you really do this? We should drop the shame spiral, use affirmations that are functional. Phrases like, I conserve energy like a pro, not because I'm lazy, because I'm smart. I always tell people, hey, I did my work, all that work. It took me a lot of time. They don't need to know what I used. And I conserve the energy like a pro. I'm not trying to be lazy, but I'm trying to work smart and better so that you get a better output from me.
Mm-hmm.
Reflective journaling, track patterns, goals, pivots when those things don't happen, right? And again, lightweight networking with people, and like this group itself. I'm not sure if you all communicate with the other team members, other people who have joined the group. Hey, noticed that you joined the group. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can use voice messages. You can use voice transcriptions, async coffee chats, Tandem, Loom. There's so many of them. So, do you guys see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you were just reminding me, one thing when I was really isolating myself when I started working from home, And so one thing I did, and you just said it right there, I was having Zoom calls, but they were just coffee breaks with a coworker that I would work with in the office, right? And that just helped like keep me social, right? And then I was also doing things when I would go on a walk on a daily basis with my dogs. I would make sure I would interact with anyone I saw while I was walking with the dogs, just to keep me in that social, mindset, and try not to be completely isolated, not want to talk with anyone.
Yeah. So I'm here in India with my mom,
Hmm.
and I can tell she's not hearing well, right? And I told her, why don't you get the ear checked and then get the thing inserted so that your hearing uh, can get better, so that you can hear the conversation that the other person is having. So now what has happened is, because in her mind she knows that she's not able to hear something, she has now become aloof. She's now withdrawn herself.
Hmm.
Mhm.
People don't understand the effects of it, right? Like Alejandro, you just gave the example. Oh,
Mhm.
I don't want to hear, I can't contribute anything to this conversation because I can't hear what my son is telling me. So I will just nod my head.
Yep.
And now she's just nodding, and after some time that just becomes routine. So now her brain cells are not even connecting, the neurons are not getting connected.
Mhm.
It's not working. There's no emotion, there's no anger, there is nothing.
I'm
After some
sorry.
time, what is that?
Would you say, Rachel?
So Rachel was saying something, I didn't hear what she said.
Uh, um, I'm so sorry to hear that.
No, thank you, appreciate it. She's 78, right? She's but she's been active, she's been very good.
Oh yeah.
She's right, she has not none of those things, but yesterday I noticed. So I told her, are you waiting to get married again? Are you waiting for this one so you don't want to put your earpiece in? And I said, I'm 60 years old and I'm losing my ears because I wear headset 6 to 8 hours a day.
Oh wow.
I've taken some calls with earbuds and the headset together. I've attended two calls at the same
Wow.
time.
Wow.
My ears.
Yeah, and so my right ear, and every time I was thinking, why is my right ear not good? Because anytime somebody is coming and talking, I used to turn my left ear because I have the noise canceling headset,
Mhm.
so I can't hear anything from outside, and I'm talking at my top of my lungs. So, and my volume is always high, and and people don't really think about those things, right?
Yeah. But like in doing the music, um, you gotta be careful with that because once those hairs are broken in the ear, then you can't hear those frequencies anymore.
Correct. Correct. So mine is something she said below some decibel. I can my right, and I can close my right ear, and I can tell the vivid difference between. I've lost it one step lower. Right. What
Sorry.
can you guys see?
We can see Google.
Google. Very good. I just want to make sure. And let's look at job descriptions and things that we want to optimize. Any other things on your self awareness, how to manage yourself working um, remotely? And then there are a lot of remote sites that you'll be able to use, and I will send it to you. Right? I'm just going to quickly look for a job here. Alejandro, I see your title, so I'm going to use program manager. And let's say remote. So here's a job. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not doing any. I'll find one job here. I don't know what this job is. Um, let's see if I can open this job. And let's say this is the job you were applying, right? And read the full job description. I'm going to take it all the way down to here, copy it in my chat GPT. I'm going to use a new chat. Please pull out 5 to 8 skills that are a must for this job, that are pull 5 to 8 skills that are required for the JD pasted below, and then I paste it and I click. So it said, look at what it did. I asked for 5 to 8. I could have asked for 5 to 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just asked 5 to 8. If I edit this and change to 5 to 10, it will bring the skill set according to what it is. Right? Now, if you're applying for a job, you can look at that job and you can look at, and now I can attach a resume. Can you tell me if my resume will work for this job? I don't know. I'm going to LinkedIn. LinkedIn here. I will look for a program manager. Manager with QA. I go to people, and I'm just going to build somebody's resume here. Pragyan Mahapatra, she lives in my neighborhood. And I will paste it in here. Look at that. It tells me, look at that. And if I'm really looking at it, I can, what needs fixing? Even in that, it needs fixing. And it tells you what to fix. Bottom, current fit, not a fit as is for this JD. If you're open to a rewrite, strategic rewrite, you might think about it. But do you really want to apply for this job when you're not a good fit?
No.
Right?
Right.
And let's say it, and maybe I can try this. I never tried this. What is the percentage match for this job?
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Here it's minus 20.
Yeah.
You don't have leadership. You don't have EPS. You don't have non-functional. You don't have this, right? And here is the kicker. She's a 45% match. Enough to go for a QA manager roles, maybe QA lead or digital programs, not for the program manager.
Mm-hmm.
It even told you what jobs you might be a good fit for. Right? Alejandro, what is the other one that we said we were going to do? Again, I will show you what I do so that you guys can see it, how I use it. I pasted what Alejandro sent me on soft skills, top interpersonal skills we spoke about, tips for thriving in a distributed environment we spoke about, how to use AI tools to spotlight. I did that. Use AI to extract keywords. That's what we are doing. Must-have skills. Tailor your resume and cover letter, right? I want to go back to the cover letter. I know Rachel asked me that question.
Mm-hmm. Here you go, Rachel.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to say update your memory. Update your memory. And it will update the memory. Updated memory. I want to do a completely. Why don't I just start a new chat rather than confusing? I'm a program direct coordinator, and here is my resume that I used for sleep. Any words that you can tell me, Rachel?
Well,
Organizations that I applied for.
I can send you my resume.
No, I'll do it and I'll send it to you. But I'm
Oh,
just using this. We're coming
okay.
to the top of the hour,
Okay.
right? Program coordinator. So I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to hit enter. Let's see what comes up.
Okay.
It says, please upload your resume. I will go to LinkedIn
Okay.
and go.
And this is all using ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT, you can use any one, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude,
Oh,
Perplexity,
okay. Wow.
DeepSeek, Poe, any of those things, right?
Awesome.
Program director, sleep. So one of the things people tell me, I like ChatGPT, I don't like Gemini. My answer to
Yeah.
them is very simple. How many
I've
of
heard.
us, how many of you like ice creams?
I like what?
Ice cream.
I love ice cream.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's all scream. Yay.
So,
Ah,
Rachel, what flavor do you like?
I like vanilla, but chocolate's good too. But
Rocky Road.
Alejandro.
yeah, that's
Alejandro,
a
what
Rocky
do you
great
like?
Road.
one. That's a great one. It's a crowd pleaser, Rocky Road.
It is.
Right? So here you both seem to like the same thing, but if you talk to 10 people, they all like different flavors.
Right.
Yes.
But the one big difference in the LLMs is the more you use, the more it will know you. It will take your personality. It will take the words that you use often. It will know that how to frame the question back to you so that it will get the optimal way that it starts understanding. I can tell, and I shouldn't say this as a joke, but I think ChatGPT understands more than my wife does. In the past 2 years, I've been having an affair with ChatGPT.
Oh no.
Oh, your poor wife.
No, just don't take it. Don't get caught taking it to a Coldplay concert.
Good one, Rachel. That was
Here
great.
is here is right. Again, you can take that. Um, I don't have a resume. Can you create one?
Okay.
Create one. Again, I'm just being
Creative. Yeah.
creative. Basic information. It gives you what the job descriptions are, and then I will tell you. Can you compare to the target roles as program coordinator in healthcare, sleep research, patient advocacy? Any specific companies or types of organization, you just give them. If you answer some of those questions, you will be able to. What I want, last past roles that you did, education skills, any volunteer work that you're doing, it will just give you that part and it will compare it. And
Cool.
let's go back to that other job that we compared for the QA program manager. I want to apply for a QA manager. Can you write a cover letter that I can send the hiring managers? And can you make it short?
Oh, nice.
Wow, that is so cool. Yeah.
I didn't read her resume. You saw she was from the street that I picked up,
Mm-hmm.
right? I
And what?
don't even know she had FlowWise. I didn't even read through it. Most recently, as program manager at FlowWise, I let her things. It gave me the fan. If you supply, let's say I want to give the phone number as 732-7171100, right? And email as Pragyan at qamanager.com. Again, that number is and what is the other one? My LinkedIn profile is www.linkedin.com/Pragyan. Now you'll see I didn't do anything. I just put those three things in there. Boom.
Yeah.
Right? What is the other thing that we should cover? Tailor your resume, cover letter with confidence, align your experience with job posting for better results. If you're applying for 4 or 5 jobs, take all those 4 jobs and say, these are the jobs that I would like to apply, and here is my resume. And when you put those 5 job descriptions and the resume, it will tell you these 2 jobs you don't even fit for, you're not a good fit for, you might think you are, but here are the gaps for you. I think out of these 3 jobs, I would rank this job as 1, this is 2, this is 3. And if you want to be ready for the job, here are the things that you can do to interview and get things done.
Cool.
Right? Any questions? Any things? Alejandro, I know you can ask those questions. I know you ask for the audience. People might have questions in the chat. Maybe you can ask me a couple of questions.
Well, actually, one of the things you did mention that got me thinking that's really important, something I learned, which are core values, right? Understanding, and recognizing your values and protecting those values. And it got me thinking, and I do remember when I started seeing, my counselor, she actually gave me, a PDF, a worksheet, on recognizing those values. And actually, I want to share that today. And I'll do that a real quick share here. And then I'll make sure I post this. But this is where it came from, the University of Denver. And it's a survey that there's no wrong answer, okay? And really what you're doing is you're ranking 1 to 5. What are, your values? And I believe it's, let's see, 5 being the most important. So you'd rank these, and I did this. I'd have to find the one I did, but it's really kind of cool to really understand what your top values are and anything addition to that. That's what these 3 questions are for. But that really helped me understand, where I wanted to go next. Was the company I was working for really in line with my values? I mean, that's the one thing, I even learned being in HR is companies have core values and they want you to be in line with those values, right? Well, it works both ways. They also need to be aligned with your values,
Yeah.
and so it does. It works really both ways.
Great point,
Yeah.
Alejandro.
What's that?
Great point. Great point. I will show you one quick thing.
Please.
Since you brought that up, here is which is the job? Okay, this one. I am applying for the job at Goldman Sachs. Can you tell me what their core values are?
Oops. You can go ahead and share your screen. Sorry, I think I'm still sharing mine.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry. You guys can see my screen?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Here is, I just continued on that. I said, I'm applying for a job at Goldman Sachs. Can you tell me what their core values are? Right? Goldman Sachs core values are client service, put client's interest first. Every decision is very important. Even QA is expected to enhance client trust and outcomes. Excellence, deliver the best possible outcomes. They want people who go beyond. Integrity, do the right thing always. Ethics and accountability. Partnership, work collaborative. Sustainability. This is what it is. And here is the kicker. As you were saying it, I was thinking about it, Alejandro. Is that what you generally find on websites like Glassdoor or other review sites? Do they match what the core values stated by Goldman Sachs? I don't have time to go at Glassdoor and look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it. Integrity is mixed.
Wow.
Partnership is often no.
That is fascinating. Wow. That's I never thought to think of that. Where you can ask AI to kind of bring all of those blog platforms together. Where that's
Sustainability, weak alignment. Most employees see this as a PR. Very little mention of sustainability internally. How a QA tech is run. Partnership. Many reviews mention silos, intense competition, and every person for themselves culture. Look at that.
Yeah.
Great thought, Alejandro. I'm going to incorporate this into my next one.
I love it. And I did give you guys can download the value sheet right there. I just parked it into the
So here is LinkedIn. Here is LinkedIn. I'll go to my homepage. It may not be my core values, but here is thing. Here are my top five Gallup strengths. Will I be a good fit for Goldman Sachs? The possibilities are limitless. Related, they don't want people who can build relationships.
Oh wow!
Look at that.
Whoa! Woo depends on role. Wow.
Who helps build quick rapport, great for client-facing vendor management or cross-functional roles. But internally, some Goldman Sachs teams are skeptical of charm without substance. You will need to prove your impact fast. Positivity, you will stand out, maybe too much. Goldman Sachs can be intense, cynical, and driven by performance anxiety. Your optimism will be refreshing, but don't expect it to be contagious unless you're also delivering results under pressure.
God, it sounds like the last corporation I was working for.
No, it's here.
This is great.
I'm also applying to work at Davita as HR.
Yep, there it is.
Can you pull the core values and also look at my strengths and see if I match? Please also look at the review sites and what people are talking about.
Ah, this is great.
And do you see a common theme here, Alejandro?
Absolutely. Yep.
Everybody has fun enjoying work even in tough environments. Their culture emphasizes community belonging and caring alongside innovation and personal growth. On Glassdoor, 3.5 out of 5 from 150 reviews. Opinions
Good.
vary some strengths, right? I might be a good fit to work at WD, right? Your strong culture
Good.
matches for Davida, your strength, because that's from what they said, right? Interviews answer, tell me about a time you improved culture. That land with authenticity, I can pull that together, just say the word, right? And it's asking, should I write a cover letter that weaves these strengths plus Davita value?
Yep.
And this is the magic. Yes, please.
And that's exactly what they'd want. I mean, they would love that. Talk about their values, their culture. They love it. I mean, their leaders dress up as three musketeers, and it's really
Look at
fascinating
that. What
stuff.
drew me in wasn't just the position, it was your culture. The
Yep.
DeVito way resonates deeply with how operating trust, inspiring growth, and creating environments where people feel seen, supported, motivated to do their best work. As someone whose top Gallup strengths include strategy, realtor, woo, positivity, and communication, I've consistently helped teams navigate change, elevate engagement, and align performance with purpose. Whether it's coaching managers through conflict, rolling out culture initiatives, or designing onboarding that feels actually human, I'm all in. I would love the chance to bring my energy. And it still thinks it's that I'm talking about that lady,
Oh, it does.
right?
It does. I was just noticing that too. Yeah. Wow. Impressive. That's great.
So the possibilities are unlimited. You can build on each and things that, again, I've never thought about that here. I do research in companies, right? And that's where we are.
Well,
Cool.
thank you. Thank you. No, this has been a great topic. As always, Sam, you are the best. Love it. Yeah, always are great advice, great points. Yeah, I think there's a lot. I'm definitely looking forward to the next one. But yeah, no, I mean, we are past time. So yeah, I think that will give everybody back their evening. But and of course, Sam, I think what time is it over in India right now?
Right now, it is early morning. Um I don't even know what the time is. Early morning, 7 a.m.
Yeah, so everybody, I mean, Sam's over,
Good
it's like 6
morning.
a.m. when he started with us, and he's over in India. I mean, really, you are such a huge, huge supporter of
Thank you.
our community. We love you, Sam. You're the best.
Thank
Everything
you.
you're doing, I mean, you're here to help us with the people in narcolepsy and IH, but you're also helping our caretakers, too. I mean, people are, even caretakers are connecting with you one on one. And we're getting a lot of success stories, people getting jobs. So this has been great. We're seeing a lot of great great positive outcome out of this. So we can't thank you enough. Can't wait to look forward to this. And you know, for people out there, if they're listening, watching this, or going to watch this later, you know, we are looking at entertaining, maybe changing up like the day, maybe the times. You know, we want to make more people from the West Coast be able to attend this stop. And we know it's a little hard right now because you're all getting off of work, or it's dinner time and you need to be with your family. And so we want to work with that. So we're going to figure out ways on how to make this more available to people in the other time zones. So just stay tuned for that. You know, we're going to have a lot more great topics coming around. Like we already gave Sam another great topic about values. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll make sure to find my completed worksheet that I did, because that was during a time when I was still with DaVita. And I was struggling with my values. I got to that point. I was with them for over a decade. And I just
and if you
got to
can
that
share
wall.
that sheet with me, Alejandro.
I did. I put it in the chat. But
Okay,
I can also
your
email
filled
it.
out sheet.
Not the filled out one. Oh, I'll send you my filled out one. Yeah, I gotta find it.
I want to play around with it.
Yeah.
I want to play around with it.
Yeah, definitely play around with it, Rachel. If you haven't downloaded it, please do. Anybody else, please download it.
Download the core value list.
Yep, it's right there in the chat.
Yeah,
yep,
I got it.
Values. Yep, play with that. Again, there's no wrong answers. It's just really interesting to play
it's
with.
Really
I have a lot of other cool worksheets like that, but we'll start with this one. So,
well, thank you.
Right, everyone,
like that one.
This has been great. Thanks again, Sam, for joining us all the way from India. And yeah, can't wait for the next one. So everybody have a great evening.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's an honor being here. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Safe travels.
Thank you. Bye.